Salutations, spooks, spirits, and specters, and welcome back to more Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender action. Alma is here, grudging up some very embarrassing things with Jill. Because it was cool! Sorry about that. Last Friday... One moment. There we go, you didn't have to listen to any disgusting belching. Anyways, last Friday I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you, Sugar. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used the search engine, you know? I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax, Sugar. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in the middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun, and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69. Like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten up things a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. That's what I was mixing up. It's not Bronson, it's Powder Delta. My bad. Sugar Rush, are they trendy now or something? Here you go. See, Jill, I eventually got the beer down pat. I don't really need to look at the thing anymore to know how to make a beer. But Sugar Rush. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past. I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing? Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight, and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it. Anyways, the other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We get along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he'd changed his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point I just had to break up with him. Huh. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you?
Sure.
See, I know how to make a beer, but I don't know how to make a sugar rush.
Thanks for telling me that, by the way.
Don't mention it.
Okay, one more question, and we're even.
Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh, sugar? Sure, ask away.
At what age did you get those implants in your boobs?
Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our relationship, our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you.
I'll grant you one, and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation, then.
I'll gladly take your offer.
It's funny that you mentioned slapping me. It's funny that you mentioned slapping, because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped?
Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and those replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh.
There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like a computer's cursor. There's a lot more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud.
How did your family take the operation?
They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands.
Don't you miss them?
Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine.
And you didn't tell your mom about that?
I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So, are we cool now? Are we even now?
Are we? You're pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once.
Now you don't.
Eh? Why?
You just called me by my full name.
Are you serious?
One chance and only one chance, and you just used it up.
Damn it!
Surprise! Hey Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey.
Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because the nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still an interesting read, though.
I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convinced yourself that you're crazy.
Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow, sugar.
See ya.
All done?
I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idle girl left him like that. It seems. You think?
It might have been while he was out.
True. Hey, boss. You're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so. That I am? Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? Touché. 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously. 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show. It just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, well. Wait, what? Come here, fuckboy! Fuckboy! Huh. 8th grade what? Flawless! Who would have thought we'd get a bona fide idol in the bar? We barely made it! We still have 578 in the bank. Excellent. Focus! And I feel like an adult. Excellent. 2 achievements on the same day. Jill will have a roof on her head for another month. This sense of relief will make sure she focuses at work. Good thing we don't have to go out buy anything today. We have a roof over our heads for another month. Yay. Excellent. Valhalla. Oh, how nice. I don't know if I want the bar to suddenly become a fan tourism hotspot. The name sounds silly, but a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letters are just a code. Anyway, I visited this cute and small bar downtown twice after getting lost for a bit. I think the area was called Neon District. At first it was a bit scary because I forgot my way back, but once I got in there, I felt really safe and at home. The bartenders are a bunch of sweethearts, and the boss was such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. I look forward to visiting again. The drinks were very tasty, even though they weren't made of real alcohol. Thank you. Grand Slam Fighter crowns a new heavyweight champion. So exciting. If only I understood what's going on. Glitch City's most popular pro wrestling promotion crowned the new heavyweight champion yesterday, with Giant Yosuke taking the gold from fellow Japanese wrestler Justin Liger. After previous champion 66 American Kid was forced to relinquish the title due to a head injury, GSF decided to hold a tournament to find a new award holder. The match ended after an epic 30-minute bout, with Giant Yosuke applying a massive German suplex for the 3 count. During an interview with AE, Giant Yosuke told us that through a translator that he's waiting for 66 American Kid to recover. I won't rest until I beat him clean. In Australia? Australia is a tad more complicated than that. After the Great Earthquake, salvage agents are a new rage. The Great Earthquake that sank large portions of the world 5 years ago also created an unexpected new profession: salvage agents. Summer Aki is one of these salvagers, and she shares her experience with the Augmented Eye. Seeing big cities like Tokyo and places like Caracas several kilometers below the ocean surface, that's something that gets to you, you know? Millions lived there before the Great Earthquake, and it's on me to retrieve their memories, their lives. Aki is now working to retrieve items from a research facility in Tanegashima Island in Japan. New Lilim regulations, but people look more robot-like by the day, too. The current regulations prevent Lilim from looking too human have been working well so far, but Glitch City's government is planning to create even more new laws so as to enforce robot-like features among the Lilim in a bid to reduce identity theft. Oh, like how Mario mentioned it. Glitch City, the first nation to adopt the current standard in artificial intelligent robotics, was the first to allow robots into normal society, quickly giving them necessary rights so as to sustain a long-term experiment about their role in human evolution. Unfortunately, the first year saw numerous reports of identity theft, resulting in the need for more stringent measures. It is unknown what kind of laws we'll have in the future regarding their existence. Anything new out here? Aha. Nothing. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and drop my save here, and we'll end the video. So thank you all very much for watching, and ciao for now. Ciao for now.